Hi everyone, and welcome to our YouTube channel. So today I'm going to take you through the journal, basically to show you on how you're supposed to confirm which account are you supposed to debit and which account are you supposed to credit, and which type of journal are you doing. Is it a one-line journal or a two-line journal? And for those one, they usually have for example, for one-line journal, you'll be having one account, and also we have those two accounts on the same lines, but now the amount is the one now to determine which account is supposed now to be debited or credited, that is. So let me just go to the journal direct. So go to the journal. So let me use this batch. So for this one, I'm just going to use for example, this account, I want to use this account, and for this account I want to debit that account. So after you have selected, now we have the column of populating the debit amount. As you can see, we have the credit amount and the debit. So it's good to use these columns. So let's say you want to debit by 100 bob. So after that, you have populated the first line. You want to populate the next line. You come here and select the next line. Let the document number be the same. So you also select now the account to be credited, that is. So you add the second line and select now the account to be credited. Then you populate that amount on the credit column. In that way, you'll not be confused on which account you are supposed to debit and credit, because you are specific. Account here you are supposed to debit by this account, this amount. Account B you are supposed to credit by this amount. So in that way, it's going to be easy. Also, I know with time you'll get used to the system, so you'll be able to know if you want to credit any amount, enter any transaction into the system, that amount has to be a negative, meaning I can just go to the column for the amount direct and type that amount there by use of negative sign. If it's a debit, it has to be in a positive way. As you can see, the second line is the credit, meaning that's the line I'm crediting. So Dynamics usually understand this sign. If it's a credit, it's a negative. If it's a debit, it's a positive, that is. Then after now you populated those information, you will be able now to post that information, because our journal has already balanced. And this is a two-line journal. We usually also have one-line journal. Let's say we are using the first line, and the first line we are balancing it by use of another account. Let's say we want to balance this transaction by another GL to populate the balancing account. As you can see, from this point I'll be able to populate the balancing account type. I can say I'm balancing that transaction with a bank. Then I'll be able to select now which bank am I balancing with. So I'll be able to populate, as you can see, like that. Then also on the second line, the same thing. You'll be able to select for this second line, maybe I'm balancing by use of a certain customer, so I'll be able to select that specific customer. So this one means the first line, it is balancing, it has a debit and a credit. So the first account, that account is going to be debited or credited based on the amount. As you can see, in our case the amount is debit, so it means we are going to debit this account and credit our balancing account. For the next lines, you can see we have a credit, so it means we are crediting this account. Then now our balancing account will be the account now to be debited, as you can see. So what we can do, we can post this transaction. We can post this transaction and try to confirm what has really happened. So I have posted, and I want to go to that customer account. We can go to the customer because we have used customer to balance a certain transaction. So I can search by number. Yes, you can see this is the customer, so this is the amount. I just click on it. We have passed a journal, which is this one, and we have debited that account. So as you can see, we have already debited, and the amount is in debit format, which is a positive sign. If you see a negative, know that that amount is a credit in the system. So that's how you are supposed to know which account you are supposed to debit and which account you are supposed to credit, and the type of journals we have in the system. That is one line journal, or we can have 2-line journal. All those, and it's so good to populate all the information like description for tracing purposes. So I will end at that point. Kindly go ahead, subscribe to our channel and like. And you can also share with your friends so that they can also get the same knowledge. See you in the next episode.